Hey, what's up, guys? Jordan Schumacher here from Attention Arbitrage. The website is currently under development, but we did just start a Facebook group, again, called Attention Arbitrage, where we talk about this kind of stuff every day. So if you're interested, if you like this video and you enjoy talking and nerding out about this stuff, feel free to join there. But let's jump right into it. So a few days ago, Rohan and Joshua were on the Groove Learning page asking for some help with their AdWords account. They're using one of the Launch 27 themes, so the issue is they were getting traffic but no conversions. Since they're using one of the Launch 27 themes, I highly doubt that the issue is anything with their on-page CRO, simply because these themes have been proven to work, and I've seen them work very well with all of my clients who have used them. And so I offered to, instead of like typing a small book on the Groove Facebook group, I offered to just do a quick video audit, walk through their account. They were all for the idea, and so they gave me their login info. And so here we are, logged into the Upmaid's AdWords account. And so I've done a little bit of looking at the account previous to this recording this video. And so let's kind of just dive right in and let me sort of discuss some things that aren't optimized and that they could be doing better to definitely see some better results. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive right into it. So this is just the homepage of AdWords. So let's just dive into their campaigns. So to start off the bat, they have one campaign, Boston area home cleaning. Let's take a look at the campaign settings. And so right off the bat, the first thing that I saw, which is a pretty big red flag and which they're going to want to fix ASAP, is this campaign is set to search network with display select. And so what that means is, without getting super in the weeds, there's when you advertise on Google, there's Google Search Network, which is what you would expect to see when you search on google.com for like Nike shoes and the first 4 results are ads. That's the Google Search Network. Search Network with display select displays those same ads as like banner or text ads on like the sidebars and headings and footers of other websites. And so as display advertising rather than direct advertising. And so essentially what that means is you receive a ton of impressions, but your clicks almost never ever convert. And your clicks are cheaper by quite a bit, but they almost never convert. It's very unqualified traffic. And so the very first thing that you guys need to do is change this search network with display select to search network only, so that you're only showing up on google.com. Which for a local service business is all you want to do. If you were an e-commerce business and you had budget to blow and you weren't super worried about ROI, display select might be a good option for you, but it's not for you guys. Same thing goes with the networks here. You don't want to be included in the search partners, so remove that as well, so you're only appearing on Google search. Devices, that's fine. Your locations, this is something that is fine, and I use location targeting as well. However, and I'll go over this at the very end when I talk about how I would structure your AdWords account for maximum ROI and control. Google has location targeting features, and they allow you to target this location around Boston like you did 10 miles around downtown Boston, and that's fine. However, we've found that Google's location geographic targeting is less than accurate. And so while it does work, it doesn't serve, basically it greatly limits the amount of impressions and clicks, that qualified clicks that you receive, as opposed to having in your keywords something like, let's say you were targeting Cambridge. So you could either have a campaign and ad group with keywords that were, maid service, Cambridge, Massachusetts, or you could just have keywords that were maid service and then target that campaign around Cambridge, right? And we've found that having a combination of both of those actually greatly improves the number of qualified clicks and increases your ROI. If that didn't make sense, bear with me and I'll explain that more towards the end. But moral of the story is this is fine, but then you also want a campaign that actually targets the location at the keyword level and doesn't limit it at the geographic level, because Google's geographic targeting is a little sketchy at best. So moving on down, English language, yep, obviously. Bid strategy, manual CPC, that's fine. At your budget, I would currently just recommend letting Google automatically optimize your CPC, just because you don't have a ton of budget to play with, but it doesn't really matter. It's personal preference. But while we're on the topic of manual CPC, if we go over to your ad group, you'll see that your default max CPC is currently at $1. For any local service business, that is way too low, especially in a market as competitive as Boston. There's really no way to know exactly what you're going to pay until you actually get in there and start bidding, but I would be shocked if you get a click for less than $8. It's probably going to be closer to $10 to $15 a click in the Boston market. So you're going to want to definitely increase that max CPC and be aware of that going forward, that it's going to be expensive. It's just the way that local service business works, especially in the Boston market. If you take a look at your competition, I mean, you can look here. You're up against Maid Pro, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Maids.com, even down below the fold. These ads are all basically non-existent. Thumbtack, Care.com, Sarney Dry Cleaners. That's the only local business that's not a franchise that's competing on the first page ad results. So all these companies are very well funded, so the chances are the cost per clicks are fairly high in the Boston market, which makes sense. So definitely something to be aware of there. Let's see. So that sort of takes care of your settings and ads. Let's take a look at your keywords. So taking a look at your keywords here, this list of keywords is fine. For maid cleaning and house cleaning services especially, there's very much like an 80-20 rule to maid cleaning services. The vast majority of your search queries and your clicks are going to come from just the standard maid cleaning service, Boston, house cleaning service, Boston, home cleaning service, Boston. That's going to be the vast majority of your clicks. And so this is certainly enough. This covers all of the primary keywords, and you don't need to spend much more time worrying about your keywords or adding any additional keywords or anything like that. The thing that you do need to change immediately is you need to change this match type from broad and just change it to exact, and then duplicate them all and change it to phrase, and then include those in a different or change them to phrase and then include them all in a different ad group and campaign type. And I'll get to that in a minute, but get rid of broad immediately. Not only does broad match cost more for CPCs, it's just too incredibly broad. Like, best practice, never use broad match, because you're gonna serve impressions for terms that barely even relate to anything that you're trying to target. So just get rid of broad match. Best practice, never use it. I manage clients who spend $50,000-$60,000 a month e-commerce, and we never even touch broad match. It's just don't do it. Don't do it. So other than that, though, your keywords are fine. Just change that targeting, the match type. As far as keyword negatives go, don't get too hung up here. As you start getting more clicks, you can run a search query audit. Just go keyword search terms, and then you can see what people who click on your ads are actually searching for. And so if you go down there and you notice that, like, let's just pretend that there was a video game called Upmaid, and so you're getting a bunch of unqualified clicks from people who are searching for Upmaid the video game, then you can add those search terms in as a negative keyword, but you don't really need to worry about that right now. One thing you might want to add in off the bat is the keyword, just add in the word nude as a broad match. As ridiculous as it sounds, every maid service client I've worked with has had at least one unqualified click from someone searching for nude maid service. So I'm pretty sure that's not the business you're running. It might be a niche that you wanna get into. I don't know, but I would recommend removing that or just adding that as a negative keyword if you want to. Speaking of Upmaid, your name, that is one thing that I wanted to get into. You should probably add in your actual the name Upmaid as a keyword that you're bidding on, just so if someone happens to visit your site and then leaves and then wants to find your website again the next day and they search for Upmaid, you'll be that number one result in the ads. So I would definitely recommend adding in Upmaid in your keywords. And yeah, that's all I got for keywords. Moving on to ad extensions. Taking a look at the site links here, you added one site link. That's great. However, you should have either 2 site links or 4 site links. I would recommend adding in 4 because you don't lose anything. It just adds more text to your ad, just takes up more screen real estate and improves your click-through rates. So just add in 3 more site links. It's super easy. Location extensions, you added that one. Great. Call extensions, have it. Yep, good job. App extensions, you don't have an app. You don't have review extensions. You don't have any call-out extensions added. Again, this is super simple to add. It'll take you about 30 seconds. Just add in 4 call-outs, call-out extensions. And what it is basically just another line of text that speaks to some more details about your service, such as green cleaning or, book online 60 seconds, whatever you want to put there. It doesn't matter. It's just another line of text. It increases that screen real estate and that click-through rate again. Same thing goes for structured snippets. Structured snippets and call-out extensions are very similar to the same thing. The only difference is one is clickable and one's not. But again, the primary value there is just the increase in screen real estate. So add in some structured snippets as well. Price extensions. This is something I haven't personally had a ton of luck with. It's a relatively new AdWords feature. If it does appear, it's kind of cool looking. So you might as well add it in. You have nothing to lose, but you're probably not going to see much from price extensions. And then automated extensions report, that's just dynamic callouts. It's something that Google adds automatically, so you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, so for ad extensions, definitely just go in and add in all of those because they all help your click-through rates, and it's not going to cost you anything extra. In fact, in a lot of cases, it can help to lower your CPCs. All right, so now taking a look at the ads themselves. So you're using extended text ads, which is great. Come the end of, I want to say the end of October, beginning of November, expanded text ads are going to be the only type of ads available. So good, you're ahead of the curve there. And I've seen up to 50-60% improvement in click-through rates switching from standard text ads to expanded text ads, which has 2 headers and an additional 10 characters in the description line. Taking a look at your ad itself, it's not a bad ad. Home cleaning in Boston area, book in 60 seconds. And then the text, no call for a quote, just easy flat rate pricing, book online or call today. That's not bad. It includes a call to action here, which is good. But it's sort of just vanilla, I guess. There's nothing really compelling about this advertising. If you look at some of your competitions, save $75 on your cleaning service. Angie's List, they're sort of using their brand name as one of their call to actions, I guess. Hire a pro, get the job done right. We'll help get your house cleaner than ever. These are all very specific ads, and you have a good idea of what you're going to get when you click on them. And so comparing the copy in these ads to yours, yours just isn't super compelling. And so I'd change it to something like, premium home cleaning starting at $76.50, something like that. Anything really. Just be specific and include a call to action like you did, and you'll be fine there. The second point is you currently only have this version of ad copy running. Best practice is to always have 2 versions of ad copy running, even if the second version just has a punctuation difference, like changing that exclamation point to a period. Reason for that is if for some reason this ad were to be disapproved at some point in the future, you still have that other version running. It's just, again, that's just best practice. However, the real value comes in just having a completely different version of ad copy, and then allowing Google, well, in theory, if you had a bigger budget and you had more time to invest in this, you'd run a true A/B split test. But you can just allow Google to automatically optimize towards the ad that's performing better and serve more impressions towards that ad. And so then in that way, you're sort of constantly improving your ad copy and your campaigns. Excuse me. So I would certainly recommend that you add in a second form of ad copy to all of your ad groups. One last thing also, if you are familiar at all with the direct response, field promotions are king. And so if at any time you can run like a $10 off promo or 25% off coupon or any sort of promotion, you can include that in your ad copy. You're going to see a tremendous increase in click-through rates and conversion rates. And so anytime you can have a promo, always include that and update that in your ad copy. All right, and so lastly, we've been through some settings that I would change in your campaigns and ad groups. Went through your keywords, what you should change there as far as the match type, including in your actual brand name in the keywords that you're bidding on. Went through your ad extensions. You want to add in all of the ad extensions you can because it's just free screen real estate. So now let's talk through the actual structure of your accounts and your campaigns and ad groups. And so I built out an example bulk sheet. And bulk sheets are basically, you can upload all of these changes in bulk through the Google AdWords editor, which you can download to your desktop. If you don't know how to do that, you'll want to find a freelancer, someone who can do it for you, because it's much more efficient than trying to do it all in the AdWords editor. But basically, for small businesses, small local business, local service businesses like yourselves, this is the general campaign ad group structure that I follow. And so basically you have a campaign called Zero Brand and then an ad group Zero Brand. And so in this campaign and ad group, you have like Upmaid, Upmaid cleaning service, Upmaid house cleaning services, just your generic brand terms, so that anyone who is bidding on or who's searching for just your brand, you're serving them an ad, and so they can find you. Then you have one dash and then the area that you are trying to target. And the one dash is just a way to separate all of your different campaign types. And so the one means that there's no geo-targeting. The two means that there is geo-targeting. I'll get into that in a minute. But this brings me to another point, actually. So currently you're just targeting the Boston area. For your keywords, it may be worthwhile for you to go in and be a little more granular about some of the suburbs, I guess, of Boston. For example, like currently your keywords are just generic keywords and you're just geo-targeting this area. I would also recommend, as I'll get into in a second here, you target keywords such as house cleaning Boston, maid service Boston, but also you should sort of do like just an 80-20 and pick the top 3 or 4 metro areas of Boston, like Cambridge, I would imagine would be a big one, Brookline, Medford, Chelsea. And so then you would also put in keywords like maid service Cambridge, home cleaning Cambridge in their own campaign. So food for thought there. But back to the campaign and ad group structures. So you have one dash Boston, and then in that one dash Boston campaign, you'd have one dash Boston dash brand. And so that would be all keywords related to your brand name plus Boston. So it'd be Upmaid Boston, Massachusetts, and Upmaid Boston, Upmaid house cleaning Boston, etc. Then you have an ad group one dash Boston dash house. And so that's all keywords and search queries related to house cleaning. So house cleaning Boston, home cleaning Boston, professional house cleaning Boston, Massachusetts, etc. Then you have another ad group called one dash Boston dash maid, and that's all search queries related to maid service. So it's maid cleaning Boston, maid service Boston, professional maid service Boston, Massachusetts, etc. Then If you wanted to get more granular, you could target, say, Cambridge. So you have a campaign titled 1-Cambridge, and then just do the same thing for the ad groups and the keywords. So that covers all of your location targeting by keyword, and so that campaign isn't restricted in the settings to just 10 miles per Boston. That campaign is set for all of the United States, but your keywords, the actual search queries from your customers, are limiting it to this area because every keyword contains Boston, Massachusetts, Cambridge, Massachusetts, etc. Then you do literally the exact same thing. You copy all of those campaigns, except you set all of the campaigns to target the geographic area of Boston or Cambridge. And then you have the ad groups, again, 2-Boston-house, and your keywords that you're targeting don't need to contain then the Boston, Massachusetts. So it would just be house cleaning and maid cleaning, because you're only going to be bidding on people who are searching, who Google says are searching within this 10-mile radius. So your 1 campaigns don't have any geographic targeting in the settings, and your 2 campaigns do have geographic targeting. And again, the reason that I do this, and I've had great success with this, is because I've found that Google's geographic targeting isn't always the most precise or the most effective. And I've found that you pick up a much greater quantity of clicks that actually convert using this system. So using this system, you're picking up all of the people who are physically in that area who aren't searching for house cleaning Boston. They're just typing in house cleaning. And you're also picking up all of the people who search for house cleaning Boston, Massachusetts. And so you get a much higher number of relevant clicks. And again, I've used this for multiple clients, several of them in the Groover community. We've had great success. And it's something that I'd highly recommend. So yeah, that's sort of at a quick high level. That's some things right off the bat that I would definitely change immediately. The number one thing you should change, like tonight, is changing from the search network with display select to search network only, because that display select is just throwing off all of your data and it's not relevant traffic at all. So yeah, this is the part of the video where if I was currently taking on new clients, I'm an independent contractor. I do primarily AdWords and Facebook ads full-time for a living. This is the part of the video where if I was taking on new clients, I would tell you, if you wanted your own audit done, to just message me and let me know. However, I'm not taking on new clients, nor will I be for the foreseeable future. But I'm still very active on Facebook. I go through stuff like this every day. Again, in my Facebook group, Attention Arbitrage. So if this is something that you got value from, you're interested in, or you just want to connect with me and see what I'm posting on and what other people smarter than me are posting on a daily basis, feel free to search for, just in Facebook, search for Attention Arbitrage and join the group. It's a new group, and it's going to be some cool stuff there. So yeah, feel free to join that. That's my pitch. If you have any questions, leave it below in the comments and I will definitely answer it. Yeah, best of luck to you guys.